Alright, back again, Luke here. And today we've got out our shooting setup, and I figured we could put in this game here. Ta-da! Hard to see it in there, but that is Zombie Raid. So, let's pop this on and play some of that. Now this is a game which is quite interesting. It's got a lot of gore to it, which is kind of cool. The downside of it is you wind up kind of mashing the fingers on this one. It's just got a lot of trigger pulling that you have to do consistent here. Let's see if we can turn off the lights. We'll let the demo roll through. And there we have our intro for Zombie Raid. Now, we'll go ahead and we'll pop in a couple of coins here, and we'll start this up. Now, this is one of those games that uses the fixed guns that are kind of on just mounted guns here. And this game has a couple of different endings to it. It has a good ending and it has a bad ending. The good ending is when you're able to find all of the 3 things that you have to find. There's like 3 orbs or 3 crystals or so in the game. But the game is just filled with a lot of really cool looking graphics. The downside of it is that you'll find your finger will get completely worn out here from just pulling the trigger. Because normally the original setups here used shotgun style. This one I've kind of changed just a little bit. I modified it using my S&K guns, as having another set of guns would just be too much. But yeah, there's a couple points where there's a turbo or like a automatic shot here. For the most part, it's just pulling the trigger multiple times here. I'll try and see if I can limit the amount of sound from the trigger pulling, but... Oh, shoot. Innocent guy. But due to the sound effects, they really kind of kill out the music a little bit, so you'll probably notice that that'll be the main thing here, is a lot of the sound effects. No real way to change those down. But as you can see here, it's quite gruesome. It's got that great vibe here for Halloween or whatnot. It does have some pretty tricky parts in it, like sometimes behind the gravestones you'll have people, or some people say like, don't shoot me. Yeah. These ones are kind of grave robbers that you'll run into, but the game is really unique. I mean, it does have a lot of cool parts to it, but the bosses are basically coin munchers. I mean, they will take every bit of life that you have here. Like, you'll just be consistently doing between reload and health refills. It'll be a lot. Like, as you can see there. But graphically, it's a pretty interesting looking game. I mean, I really like the style and the look of it. It's just really cool in some parts. Didn't even see that guy pop up there. Jeez. These guys just popping out from behind trees here. But it does some interesting stuff here. As you can see, the tombstone. It'll put whatever character name you have in there. It'll put that in there as the rest in peace point. We'll go ahead and start it up here again. But very kind of unique looking game here with some of the stuff that it does in the game.
Oh no, I can't be dead.
Like that part's really cool. And then we have this kind of like mini boss here. But it changes. It's got different locations here, which are pretty neat. And, you know, keeping the guns moving here is what this game is all about. Like, it doesn't mess around. It's not like it keeps you in a fixed position or anything like that. It's kind of neat in that aspect. But as you can see there, you miss just one or two shots there and you kind of get killed. But the animations for it are pretty neat. But yeah, nonetheless here guys, just want to share a little bit of a look at what Zombie Raid looks like here for the arcade. It's a pretty cool board here. It's not exactly the most common board you'll find, but if you haven't had a chance to play it in MAME, or if you're thinking about picking up the board itself, it does run on average between $200 to $600, I think. Really depends on the seller. There. Didn't really need it, but we'll play this for a little bit here, as it does have some interesting points to it. Maybe we'll get up to the boss, the first boss. Sometimes stuff just comes at you so quick that it's hard to get the aim just right. And right here, this was originally made for a square monitor, and since this is kind of a rectangular one, it makes it really difficult to get the aim exactly correct, even using these guns here that are mounted. But there are some points where later on in the game where it does kind of require some precision shots here. It doesn't really grade you as far as the accuracy goes. It does give you points at the end. So, since you do have to do a lot of shooting in this game, like the background, the foreground, it allows you to do a lot of that shooting, which is kind of nice. But trying to get the 3 orbs that you need to find in the game are really, really difficult. Here's the next stage here. But this is where like the quarter munching comes in. So he just keeps sending rounds and rounds of these guys at you. Yeah. We'll add another coin here. Just till we get up to the boss. fingers will wind up killing here. Pardon the pun. But they just keep throwing stuff at you. The zombies are throwing stuff at you. The game's throwing stuff at you. It's all about throwing stuff at you here. The game is definitely a bit easier here with 2 players. More of the same. Ugh, fingers are killing me here. Alright. Here's our first boss. Giving me a headache. You'll see here how much shooting you have to do to destroy these bosses. It is ridiculous. Oh, jeez. Fingers are killing me. Now the other one. Need a definite turbo fire for this game. So what I've done to these controllers is I've turned the instead of the shotgun pump action part, I've just turned it into a regular button, which makes it 10 times easier. But if you can imagine the pump, like having to keep pumping this as you're shooting, it's it's quite tricky. But this is a really cool game here, and it'll show you like how many enemies you destroyed and whatnot. And then I'll move you on to the next stage. It does have some cool stages here, and this one is a driving one. So we'll go a little bit further in here. And you can destroy the car. I think you can blow the entire car up here. Yeah. So there are lots of hidden boxes around on the ground that here, guys. Just wanted to share with you a little bit of a look at what Zombie Raid looks like for the arcade. And it's an interesting little game. If you have the chance and you want to give it a shot, I would totally recommend it. Definitely, if you do wind up playing this game, find a way to get yourself some turbo or some rapid fire here, because without it, it's going to kill your fingers. But yeah, that's about all for me for right now. Like always, I'll put up another video here soon, so thanks for watching. Watching some crazy Zombie Raid action here. More cars! a huge swarm of these bat-like dragon creatures that just don't stop. Like I said, keeping your fingers and the guns busy. Whew. But yeah, guys, we'll leave it there. But hopefully if you stayed on this long, then great. But yeah, this is just a lot of trigger pulling and wearing you out. But I'll get some more videos up here hopefully soon. And until then, catch you guys next time.